Hi, my name is Jaden Krasner, and for our emotional storytelling project, I will be discussing the hit animated TV show Adventure Time. In the mystical land of Ooo, a human boy and his dog go on Dungeons and Dragons-esque type of adventures where they learn many lessons on friendship and the art of growing up. Adventure Time was first created in 2006 by a man named Pendleton Ward. It is a PG animated TV show for Cartoon Network that's been on air for over 10 years. I had seen the show randomly on TV for a long time before I actually sat down and watched it, and I only finally started watching it after a really good friend of mine told me that it was right up my alley and something that I would really love if I just got through the first season, and she was right. The emotional impact that this show has had for me is huge. For as long as I can remember, I've been drawn to the courageous and glory-seeking. My mother was a history major and would put me to sleep with stories of the Greek gods and goddesses, and I knew the story of the Lord of the Rings before I even knew my grandma's real name, and I had been waiting for my Hogwarts acceptance letters by the age of 9. It's pretty safe to say that I've been waiting for my call to adventure for a very long time. Finn the Human is a 12-year-old hero, and his purpose is to fight the monsters and save the villagers. He goes on wonderful and often dangerous journeys almost every day, and has such interesting people to interact with. His world is his own, and he can do whatever he wants with it, and he's got his best friend beside him and no real responsibilities to worry about. To him, nothing is more important than hero work and making sure his friends are happy. If I could, I would, without any hesitation, jump right into the land of Ooo and spend my rest of my years there as a hero. To see the reality I've always wanted so bad be only real on a 2D screen kind of breaks my heart, but it's also the same reason that I love it. I am drawn to it because that's the type of life that I would ideally like to live. One of the reasons this show is my favorite is the same reason it has such a huge emotional impact on me. It's my way of living out the life I've wanted since I was 6 years old. The style of the show is simplistic and lucid. I feel it all looking at the colors and the designs that the artists had managed to put into every single episode. The characters are so much more than just ways for the main character to interact with the world. They are their own beings with their own painstakingly intricate backgrounds. The emotions represented by their words and their actions mimic the real world so much that it's the perfect coming-of-the-age story, and it's hard to not find something to relate to. This show is the very reason I want to be an animator. I had wanted to work in film for a very long time, but it wasn't until watching the series finale of this show that I sat there and felt all the emotions of what this show had been for me at one time, that I realized that I wanted to recreate that specific feeling for hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of other people. If I can just somehow recreate a tiny fraction of the happiness that this show brought to me for others, I could die the happiest person in the world. To see how an 11-minute episode can change the way people see themselves and the world around them is so inspiring. And I really can't see anything else that I'd rather do with my life.